Cool. So Scott should be in momentarily, and then we'll get rolling.
Cool, man. All good. How's it all been going?
Should I say that again?
How's it all been going? All the podcasts?
Yeah, it's been good. So we're up to, I think, 10 episodes that we've done.
Nice.
And so I've been uploading them like mainly on YouTube because the audio hosting platform, the audio hosting platform that we use, Anchor, has been just giving me trouble. Like the website will just like load for a while and then freeze and then crash. So I'm in the midst of trying to figure out a solution for that so that I can get the audio versions like out for people to listen to.
Nice. Yeah, man, that'd be good. That's what I'll do on the way to work, and I'll just chuck a podcast on instead of listening to the radio and just burn out some podcasts on the way there.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so I'm hoping to have that going in the next little while, because it's definitely nice to have more ways for people to listen, because like not everybody can like sit and watch a YouTube video like all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Like, especially with the audio ones, you can just crack on with your day, can't you? I can do them on the work, or well, you can do everything you want to do and still listen to them. But like I say, not everyone can sit down for an hour or so and watch a podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice, man. So you've got a big week.
Yes, we do. Yep. Oh, it's crazy. Like, so we did the season 1 finale on Sunday with just Scott and I, and then Monday night, Chris or Pablo Escobar Bell, he was on Monday, which was lots of fun. And then Tuesday was Mensky, which was just hilarious, just a wild time. And then you today,
no serious conversation.
No, not very much. For sure. And then and then the big one, Mr. Thor tomorrow at 11.
That's huge. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Yeah. So he said, because he's a busy guy, so he said that he was only able to schedule an hour, so we just got to make that hour count. Like. Oh yeah,
just cram it in.
Yeah, for sure.
Just bombard him with questions. As soon as the podcast starts, just fire him at it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, and then we got Phil and Mitch coming on together on Friday night, which is going to be...
Yeah, Mitch was telling me about that, yeah. That'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Battle of the Giants.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Nice. That'll be good.
And next week...
So what's...
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, you were saying it was Canada Day today. What's the celebrations over there? Have you done much today?
No, not really. I slept in till like 11 a.m.
That's the celebration to me, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then... sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
Yeah, so then my dad made pancakes for my family, so we had pancakes for breakfast, which was nice.
Oh, mate, you've had a decent day.
Yes, sir. And then had a quick swim in the pool, and then got ready for this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, good. Sounds like a good day. That's like a day of celebration, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Mate, if I wake up later than 7 a.m. at the moment, that's a good day for me. My little boy is my alarm clock.
Fair. Yeah.
It's a cool little setup you got there now.
Thanks. Yeah. So I got this microphone. Before when we were talking to Phil about doing our episode with him, he just like out of the blue, like unsolicited, was like, "I want to buy you guys microphones for the podcast."
Nice.
So this is the one that he paid for. I picked it up on Amazon. He PayPal'd the money, and then it got here like the next day. So I've been using it. Mate. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah, you can't ask for more than that, can you?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Scott's getting ready.
Yep. Yeah.
So what time is it where you are? 1 p.m. now?
It's closing in on 3 p.m.
Oh, 3 p.m.
Yeah, it's 2:54 at the moment. Yeah.
Man, that's the most confusing thing about this beard struggle. brotherhood. I've no idea
For sure.
where people are, what time they're on, anything like that. It's
yeah, 100%. yeah, like
I mean, it keeps it interesting because you wake up to like 50 odd messages from people that have just been talking all night. I just thought people didn't sleep at first, but it's because they're on different time zones.
yeah, time zones are a funny thing.
Oh mate, yeah, I'm still getting used to them.
Yeah,
I've just about, because I speak to Alex quite a lot, like black belt.
Yeah.
So I've just worked out his time zone because he's in Tampa Bay and he's in Florida. So
yeah, that's right.
I've just worked that out. But you guys are a whole different ball game.
yeah, for sure.
So because it's weird because you're both Canada, aren't you? But you've got two different time zones.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I'm on Eastern time.
Right.
And then Scott's on Pacific time, which is 3 hours behind me.
Just to make it confusing, as you do.
yeah. yeah. So I think like for today's episode, it's like official start time is 3 o'clock my time, like 8 p.m. for you, 12 p.m. for Scott. So it's like 3 different times in the same day.
Oh yeah, that's it. No one's going to be able to keep up. It's all good though. That's the thing with the lives though. Where I've been watching like the Masters lives.
Yeah.
Like Dan does a lot of them on YouTube, and I've been watching Dan's, and it was about 8. It worked out about 9 o'clock at night over here, but now he's moved it to he does it 8. I think that's at 8 p.m. his time.
Okay, cool.
But that's like 4 in the morning for me. So I can't be. I think my wife will divorce me if I set an alarm for 4 o'clock in the morning for a live.
Fair.
Yeah, it's not the one.
Yeah,
not the one.
Yeah, the one that Thor and Pilot Viking did.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I watched that one after the fact because I think it was wonky timing or
see that worked out. That worked out good time for us. That was
cool.
I think it was about 10 o'clock our time, 9 or 10 o'clock our time.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not actually not that far away. My geography is shocking, but the where they are in Norway, I think we can fly there from the UK in about an hour.
Oh, whoa, cool.
So it's super close. But I just never even realised they were that close to us, to be fair.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Who knows? Maybe soon we'll take a trip once lockdown gets released.
Yeah.
Oh mate, well, we've been in it. How long have you been in? Oh, is he in? Scott in?
Yeah, he is. So I've been in lockdown since March 13th was when like things shut down.
Yeah, that's the same as us.
Yeah. Here's trouble.
The big man is here.
I'm so motherfucking excited for this shit. I got a pile of drinks beside me. I have a very tiny marijuana skateboard. I do. It's very tiny.
Nice. You're just a big man, Scott. That's all it is. Don't take it away from yourself.
No, I'm actually not as big as I probably would like to be. I'm only like 5'9", 5'10". I'm a rather short fella.
Oh, there we go. I'm just under 5. Yeah, I'm just under 6 foot. So we're about the same.
Okay.
Nice.
God damn. Yeah. See, I feel like I wish I could be taller, like Phil. Yeah. I feel like Phil and Mitch are very tall human beings.
Yeah, but
the
amount of food you have to eat to be that big, I couldn't do it. There's not enough time in my day to eat that much food.
I always wondered that about like Brock Lesnar. They always said that guy ate like 12 pounds of food every morning at breakfast, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, like 45 pancakes and shit apparently.
Oh yeah.
My God, what a beast of a human being.
Oh man, you just got to look at Dwayne Johnson's cheat meals, haven't you? He needs.
Yeah, like that dude's cheat meals could like feed a small village.
Yeah, if he just stopped having cheat meals, you'd cure world poverty. I reckon. Just give the food he eats. Just give it away. Stop eating it.
Oh my God. Well, welcome to the podcast. It's nice to have you here. What are you drinking there? You got something good? What you drinking?
This is Estrella, little Spanish beer.
Okay, cool.
Very nice. See,
I didn't even know I had it. I found it in my fridge, so I thought, let's get an open.
Nice.
Fair enough. See, I'm doing like the 45-year-old single mom drink. I'm doing like the White Claw. Like
thanks to Mr. Black Belt. We're talking to him like before our podcast with him, and he mentioned White Claws, and now Scott's funding White Claw, keeping them in business.
I've learned one thing: don't argue with a man that can tie you up like a pretzel. That's a thing to stick by.
For sure.
If he says drink White Claw, just drink White Claw. That's the end of it.
As soon as he says anything, just if.
Yeah.
I fucking love Black Belt, man. He's such a.
Oh man, he's good. He's good.
He's such a good guy.
Oh man, you literally
cool.
You couldn't have picked a more eventful day to do a podcast with me on.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. You let us know before the podcast. You had some craziness go on.
Man,
I want to know.
I'm doing a bit of DIY at the house. Hang on, I'm doing a bit of DIY at the house. So only little small rooms, just like just casual stuff. And then I've lost now. I need a door put on that wall. So I thought there's a DIY store 15 minutes away from where I live. So I thought I'll jump in the car, go get a door, pick the door up. That's fine. Driving home. And literally 4 cars in front of me, 2 lorries just decide to smash into each other and completely flip over.
Oh my God.
Spilling over the whole road.
Whoa.
So this is a dual carriageway. So there's two lanes one side, 2 lanes other side. Both are completely blocked. So no traffic's going anywhere. So a 25-minute round trip actually took me nearly 4.5 hours to get home. So anyway, we get home. I go to put the door in my garage.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, I've opened my garage door and ripped the thing off in my hand. Like my whole metal garage door has just come straight off in my hand. But the problem with that is the garage door supports my front porch. So if that's not upright, my front porch is falling down.
Oh my God.
Oh man! Luckily, my brother was with me, so my brother had to hold the wooden support, like the timber support, up while I found anything I could to try and fix this thing in place to stop my house falling down. But we made it. We're here now. That's the main thing.
Oh my God!
That's wild!
Man,
Holy!
Yeah. What a day for a 10-minute trip! I nearly crashed my whole house.
Yeah, so you've literally had the most eventful day out of anybody that we've had on the podcast so far.
Exactly. I told you I was going to deliver. I told you.
Yep.
The man delivers, ladies and gentlemen. The general of the South always delivers.
I mean, my day was too boring, so I thought I'd make a few phone calls and spice it up a bit for you.
I appreciate that. That's mighty sweet of you to do that just for the podcast.
Anytime. My pleasure.
Just please don't sacrifice your house.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
I mean, anything could be fixed. They're just bricks. This is bullshit.
Oh my God.
So what's going on? How's it all been going?
Well, it's Canada Day over here, so.
Oh no, I was talking to Jordan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can essentially drink and smoke pot all day long, and nobody will look at you like a fucking psycho.
So it's Canada Day every day in your day.
Yeah. Every day is Canada Day. Especially when you're self-employed. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
No, it's nice. It's nice. Little dude's just upstairs watching TV. I mean, it's super nice. We live 2 minutes away from the lake, so it's a rainy day today, but most of the time we just head on down there. It's flooded as shit, but it's cool because all the rocks are breaking up. They have weird rocks down at the lake, and they're like super thin and flat. So when you throw them at the water, they just skip really well.
Skim across.
So I've been getting back to being like a 4-year-old trying to skip rocks. That's been like my hobby in my spare time.
Why not? Well, you never outgrow skipping. You never outgrow it.
No, but I don't think I have like the baseball arm. I don't think my dad and I were gifted with that arm because I throw things after like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, fuck, this sucks. But I can punch somebody 1,000,000 times and I'm great. But if I got to throw, after 3 times, I just want to take my arm and throw it in the fucking ditch.
Shoulders dislocated.
I remember the first time I ever saw somebody's shoulder get dislocated was at a kickboxing fight, and he was kicking the shit out of somebody. And just something weird happened. They grabbed each other, and his arm all of a sudden was like down here by his ribs, and you're like,
yeah, not the one. I think the worst one I've ever seen was when I used to do martial arts years ago, and a guy went to roundhouse someone, and the leg that was planted on the floor, the knee cap, it dislocated around the back of his leg.
Yikes!
That was rough.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
One of those. But I mean, I don't know what it's like over where you are, but they're not allowed to put stuff back. Like when a paramedic turns up now, they're not allowed to put the knee or arm or whatever back in its joint anymore. They have to wait till they get to hospital.
Huh. Interesting.
Whereas like a few years ago, they just pop it straight back in.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the procedure is here, especially at kickboxing events. I don't know if they call it right away or if there's like, hey, does anybody know what to do?
Oh, mate, yeah, it's weird over here. Like I used to play football at a place, and there's a hospital. Literally, you could walk to it in about 2 minutes. But if you dislocate your knee on the football pitch, you have to wait until they send an ambulance to come pick you up. Where you could hop there in about 15 minutes.
Do they charge you for the ambulance to come pick you up?
No, they don't over here.
Okay, thank God. Because if that was the case, I'd be like, it's a money grab. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a money grab. Because here in Canada, I think no matter what, like somebody gets charged for the ambulance, and it's usually it's usually a hefty fine. I believe it's usually the family, But I don't really know what happens if it's like you don't have any family and you're like the only person and you need an ambulance and it's an emergency. Like, who pays for that? I don't know about that.
I'll drag myself there. I'm not paying for no ambulance.
Might just be taxpayers. Oh, shit. Well, what fun and exciting things do you have going on in your day, Dean? You've been telling us you have some big things in the works. I'm excited to hear what some of these big things are.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of them was, literally come out of the blue today. Obviously, I do the stuff for Hobo Jack, which is, that's my friend's company. But then, randomly, I just got a message today that there's another company called The North, and they want to start doing a bit of shooting as well. So it's another clothing brand, hopefully.
Oh, cool! That's awesome.
But yeah,
they can move.
Who knew I'd be starting a modelling career in my 30s?
Are you hoping to always be involved with hair cutting and being a hairstylist? Or are you looking to branch off from that one day and be like, fuck it, movies and modeling, big dick energy, just ready for days?
I mean, it's all about the big dick energy every day.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll always have something to do with it because it's obviously my business. Me and one of my mates who used to go to school with, we run a business. So even if I stepped away from it, the dream would be I'd set up, 5-6 shops around the country and then let other people work in them and I'd just run them and then stick my head in every now and then to make sure that they're running all right.
That's cool.
And go off and do my own thing. I mean, I can't cut hair till I'm 65. I'll be crippled.
Fair.
My spine's already like a question mark. It's not good.
Is that one of the things that a lot of hairdressers, hairstylists, hair specialists deal with? Is like their back starts to go because you guys are on your feet all day long and you're crouched over like this and going around the guy's head and people are constantly moving their head.
I mean, you can't see it now, but if I stand up straight, my left shoulder is so much lower than my right, just from where your posture all day long is just terrible. But it's one of them. It's one of you normally get. It's either your back or your shoulders that go first. But
okay.
I mean, the two jobs that I do, either tattooing or cutting hair, both absolutely wreck your spines.
Yeah. I have a brother-in-law that does tattooing, and like he's like, fuck man, my back. He has to have like a special bed and stuff just so he can go to sleep at night because it's just his hands are all sensitive too. So I totally get that. What got you into tattooing? Have you always been like real artistic?
Yeah, man, I've always done some sort of art ever since I was young, and it was just, to be fair, I sort of fell into the tattooing. I was getting tattooed by my then future boss at the time, and I was right place, right time. They just got rid of someone and needed someone, so I sort of dropped in a little hint that I'd give it a go, and then went from there. Done it.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, man, I've done it 5 years consistently, and then now I just do it as and when, really, just in my spare time. A little bit of a hobby for me now, but it's good because there's no pressure to it. I mean, that's a stressful job to do because you can permanently wreck someone's body for their whole life.
My brother-in-law mentioned that he's accidentally tattooed more dicks on people by accident without meaning to than he'd like to admit. Yeah, he's just like, shit, that looks like a dick. Fuck. But they're
Well,
always
he's
like
accidentally doing
somewhere
that.
in the tattoo. They're always hidden somewhere in there.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I mean, that's part of the challenge. If you can get a secret dick in there, then you're winning. just don't tell him for like 5 years and then message him. Oh, by the way, there's a dick in your tattoo.
Bro, I'm sorry about the top right corner by the sun. You know how there's a dick in there. That's funny. So what happened? What happened over where you are with COVID when it comes to things like hair cutting and tattooing? I know here in Canada, like tattooing, pretty much, like piercings, tattooing, they disappeared for a little bit there because you couldn't do anything. And now
they're still locked down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm allowed to open up my barbers on this Saturday, 4th of July. I'm allowed to open up again, but yeah, there's to be fair, he's not been clear on what we have to do. I mean, it's a dodgy subject, but all that we have to do is we have to wear like these plastic visors.
Yep.
Yeah.
The customers have to wear masks. I have to cut in gloves, and everything has to be disposable. So like the gowns that they wear have to be disposable. Everything has to be sterilised. So I mean, the biggest problem for me is on a normal day I'd probably do 16 clients, whereas now we have to give our appointments. So it's say 45 minutes for a haircut, and then 15 minutes has to be used to sterilise. So that's cut my day in half probably.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, we've either got to open up more days or extend the hours just to sort of pick up the slack, really. But with regards to tattooing, they've not even released that yet. They're still not allowed to go back.
Yeah, I know that here in Canada, like shops that are just public walk-in, you can get a 90-minute bang or something quick, or you're just whatever. Even a piercing, like that's pretty much gone away. You can't do that right now because most things are oral piercings, like lips, noses, tongues, which are really popular. You know that you can't do those anymore. So a lot of your business is gone.
I mean, the rule of thumb over here is you can't do any job that's forward facing at the moment. So like nail technicians aren't allowed to do that. You have to sit face to face. We're not allowed to do beard trims, so it's only haircuts only. Tattooing, anything like that really. So I don't know how long for, but I suppose it depends what happens with when they start releasing this flood of people. If the number goes up, then they're going to bring it back in, but who knows?
Yeah, they were saying yesterday here on the news that the EU just opened up to 14 new countries, and Canada being one of them because we have low numbers. But the States, Brazil, and Russia, they're like, yeah, no, fuck you guys. So it's, I'm interested to see what's happening once everything kind of opens up a little bit. I don't know if it's going to keep those places closed or what's happening, but
I mean, it's interesting how different countries are handling this. I mean, from where I am, you can get to Scotland you can drive there in 10 hours and you can fly there in 45 minutes. And they are so different to us. And it's stuck such a short time to get there. But the difference in like regulations and lockdown is so mad.
Yeah.
So that's like Jordan. That's like Jordan on his side of the country. They're doing things a little bit slower than they're doing them on my side of the country. My side of the country is like, hey, go get your hair cut, get your nails done, go back to wrestling. We're like, oh, okay, whatever. We'll see what happens.
Exactly. If you catch it, just stay indoors. It's fine. It'll be fine.
It's not like that here. And like the specific like town where I am, Guelph, it's like we've had like compared to like other like Toronto's like and Ottawa and Montreal, like the big cities like in Canada, Vancouver as well. But like Toronto's like just entering phase 2 now, whereas like I think Guelph is moving towards phase 3, but very slowly, which is
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem is no one's got a clue, have they? No one knows how to build this. It's never happened before. It probably never happened again, but no one's got a clue everyone's got an opinion on it, but no one actually knows what's going on, do they?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Jordan and I talk about that in private all the time. I'm like, so what'd they say on the news on your side of the country today? Because they're telling me something completely different on my side. Fucking crazy, man.
I stopped watching the news about 3 months ago. It was just depressing and confusing. I don't need that in my life. Just get away.
Yeah.
Now Jordan and I just search the news on the internet and see what we can find. Like yesterday, we found Vladimir Putin riding bears, and that was probably the coolest fucking thing I ever saw in my life.
Yeah, that's the sort of news I want to listen to. I don't want to hear all this crap shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't exactly know what's going on over in Russia or what they're like over in that part of the world, but I have to say I've never seen a more manlier prime minister, president dude than Vladimir Putin. The man rode a fucking bear. He rode a fucking bear like a horse, like a champ. He just rode that bitch.
The guy rides bears, and he built his office to overlook a woman's prison. I mean, you don't get more heterosexual than that, do you?
Yeah, what a fucking alpha male that is. What an alpha male that is.
Where do you want your office? I want to overlook that woman's prison right over there.
That's wild.
And my hour of free time every day is when they get their hour of free time every day. Oh shit!
Right. So how's the clans been going?
Well, our clan, the Canadian one, has been not created yet. So we're just kind of floating out there in the ocean right now. Jordan and I are doing what we can to still, make attention, gain attention, do what we can.
Yeah.
But like we said before, the whole point of the podcast is not even to we want to grow, but the other thing is we want to help you grow and Mitch grow and Phil grow, because we just love you guys. And without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are, and vice versa. It's a big team effort, right? So that's the big thing. That's the big thing that we've been having fun with. It's just doing our thing and seeing where it takes us.
I mean, that is one of the weirdest things about the clans. Like, we've been going 3 weeks now, 2-3 weeks. And a lot of the guys that are coming through are like, oh yeah, but you've been doing this, and this. I think they think we've been running for like years because of like the stuff we've been doing. I said, like, no, we was in exactly the same boat as you 2 months ago. Like,
yeah, exactly.
it is possible. Like, we haven't done anything different to what they're doing now, but they have to get their head around at first that it's no different for them. Like, I think they think, oh yeah, but you got handed this and handed that. But if anything, they've got it better because they're starting off on a bigger platform. Like, when we started, there was 12 of you, weren't there? And then it went up to 20, then 30, then 50. Whereas a clan, like my clan alone, like the Southeast has got nearly 200 people in it now. That's just the south of England.
Christ.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, for us, it's like I don't think there's a lot of Canadian guys, to be honest with you. Like, we're pretty sparse compared to numbers. Like, if you have 200, like, I'd be surprised if there was 200 of us.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably why we're left last right now, which makes sense. Right. We're probably the smallest number, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, Callum's having the same problem in Scotland. I mean, Callum lives on his own. I'm sure Callum has got an island that he literally lives on his own, by the way he sounds. But he's but even in Scotland, he said that he's a good guy. But he
is.
He was saying that at first there wasn't a lot of people in there, and the people that were in it weren't really engaging a lot in the Discord group and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just, you just got to get people used to it, and once they're used to it, it then becomes. And I think it's a bit overwhelming at first. That's the problem.
For sure.
It might be. Yeah, it might be for some of them, because a lot of them are pretty new to the social media game.
Of course they are. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, Jordan and I have kind of had that problem with some of the Canadian guys. They, I wouldn't say that they have a hate on, but they definitely have like an odd mentality. Not a positive one. It's kind of, you're not quite sure where they stand. And you just do the best you can to help them. And if they decide to go do their thing, they go do their thing. But just, we always just try and tell them, like, just stay positive and keep working at it, man, and just grow your brand. Like, that's what we're doing. That's what you're doing.
Exactly. And it's crazy because I was saying to, I was talking to Nick the other day, Nick Hibbets. And
oh man, Nick.
What legend. But
what a legend he is.
He's the same as me. Like, I joined the beard struggle because I've followed Dan for years, like on YouTube, and he's like, he was like my beard goals, like that. If I was going to grow a big beard, Dan was how I wanted to look. So, and I mean, that's gone from not even knowing who he is to speaking to him on a regular basis and doing a collaboration video with him. So, I mean,
man.
And that's what I keep telling my recruits. Like, that collaboration video come around. literally from asking them to do it. It wasn't, nothing was paid, nothing was planned. It was literally, we had a video idea and thought, do you know what, this would be pretty cool if we got some masters involved.
Yep.
So dropped them a message, and mate, they're cool guys. They're happy to help out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, yeah, like that's
that's what we've noticed as well.
Yeah, like that's how I've been like getting in contact with people like for this podcast, just like reaching out, like Thor. Course, I just like reached out to him and was like, hey, you want to be on the podcast at some point? And then we were just figuring stuff out, and then he said yeah, and then the same thing with Pilot Viking.
Yeah,
just was talking to him.
Mm-hmm. What's the worst that's going to happen is they're going to say no. Like you just
exactly.
You've got to try it.
Yeah.
But I think what people forget is that they've not always been masters. Like they were where we were once. Like totally. They were where we were. So they're happy to help out because they know it's all a learning curve.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, no, and they're sweet guys. Like, you know, I love Thor, how sweet he is. Pilot, he has so much knowledge, and he's a cool dude. I remember him and I were having a private conversation. I'm like, dude, I fucking hate ladders. He's like, I'm not a fan of them either. I'm like, how do you do those photos on the side of a fucking mountain, then? Because I can't, dude, I get 2 feet up on a ladder. Like, I just go up 2 steps, 1, 2, and I'm shaking like a bitch. I hate ladders. Oh, I hate heights. Yeah. And I think it came from when I was a kid. I got in a helicopter one time. My mom worked for a helicopter company. My dad worked on the hill for the helicopter company.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And we flew out over the site, and there was a bird apparently coming with the same level of the propeller. So if the bird hit, that could have, you know, fucked a bunch of shit
over.
up. So the guys are like, hold on, and turned it sideways. But I had like one of those big glass bubble doors. Yeah, and I'm like 8, and I'm about 8 years old. So all of a sudden I'm looking down at Mother Earth. And I'm like,
yeah,
so I think that's when heights were fucked for me. I couldn't do that.
See, heights. I'm not too bad. Mine is open water, like to be to be in the middle of the sea.
Open water.
I tell you what, like my wife loves open water. Like she's in her element in the sea. Like we went to on our honeymoon. We did Sri Lanka and Maldives.
Okay.
And Maldives, the sea there is literally like glass. And like the most beautiful sea you've ever seen. But I would never swim out past my depth because I don't know what's out there. And whatever's out there is bigger than me and can swim a lot faster than me. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, my little brother's the same way. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. I love it.
I don't know where that's come from. Nothing's ever happened to me in the sea. But
sometimes it's just weird things you're just afraid of for no logical reason.
I can't remember where I heard it from, but somebody said that if you're scared of spiders or if you're scared of snakes, it's like in your DNA somewhere of your ancestry that somebody like got killed by a snake or was killed by a spider, and that's like where the fear comes from.
Interesting.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. That makes, because like I might just be a giant bitch. Like I fucking hate open water. Like if you watch The Meg, that new movie with the shark on Netflix, my God, I piss my pants and I leave and I go.
I mean, that is a pretty big shark, but
you know, anything like that. Pinocchio, even the animated movie Pinocchio, when the whale comes up, fuck that shit, I'm out.
Yeah,
fuck that. Can't do it.
Mate, it's one of them though, because my wife will just swim and swim and swim.
Yeah.
No, not a care in the world. The minute my feet leave the floor, I'm like panicking. Panic station at the ready.
Yeah. Like I cannot stand snakes. Like my immediate reaction if I see a snake is to kill it, because I just hate them so much. Like I was watching Vikings recently, and like the final episode with Ragnar, I was like, that's a lot of snakes.
Yeah.
It's
not the one.
Yeah, so I don't like that at all.
I'm going to go to bed later and just dream about being in an open sea now about this conversation. You fuckers.
Jordan's going to dream about snakes. I'm going to dream about my pot stash running out.
I'm just going to send you voice notes going.
Oh no.
Oh fuck, that was funny.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh, it's funny. Last night I sent Jordan a voice clip.
Go on.
Oh god.
No, go on.
No, you're the guest.
No, man, I'm enjoying listening.
Okay, good.
I'll give feedback.
I sent Jordan a voice message last night, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, bro, it's fucking midnight.
Yep.
And my kid isn't sleeping, and you hear my kid in the background. He's like, ah.
Yep.
And I'm like, fuck. And he's just like, oh, what are we doing, buddy? What kind of fun are we having right now? He's like, we're making sandwiches. I'm like, yeah, we're fucking.
I don't get it with kids. I just don't understand it. I mean, you could literally do, like, Scott, you'll back me up on this. With kids, you can do exactly the same routine that you've done the night before when they went to bed absolutely perfect. And then the next night they just think, do you know what? I don't fucking need sleep. I'll just stay up all night.
Yep.
I gotta say, my 4-year-old can party way harder than I can.
Oh yeah.
Like like my niece came over recently. My sister and my 2 nieces came over, and I think one of them is 14 or 13 and the other one's 5. It's the Legend's 4. So the 5-year-old Halo and 4-year-old Legend are just having a gay old time together. They're just running around like crazy kids. But we're all tired. Like, we got to go to bed. And it's, midnight, 1 in the morning, and they're like, fucking pussies. Bullshit, gotta go to bed. And it's like, fuck you, man. I gotta go to bed. I'm 12 drinks in and 14 doobies, and this is just no good.
No.
You're sitting there at 3 in the morning,
there's no
hugging your pillow.
Oh man, there's no off switch. That's the problem. Like, I used to love a drink, whereas now I can't do the hangovers. I literally can't do the hangovers because he hasn't got a clue, and I swear he's more of a dick when I'm hungover. Literally, just not good. Yeah, man, it's not the one.
Hilarious, man. Yeah, no, they know for sure when you're not.
Oh,
on your
100%.
game. They're like, I'm just gonna manipulate the fuck out of this dude today, and you're like, sure, whatever, cookies, ice cream, eat what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't do hangovers. Since I had my operations, I can't do hangovers anyway, but that's killed me.
Oh, no.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
see, I've never been much of a drinker anyway, so, like, I have a
Same.
bowl of fucking White Claws next to me. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be shit-faced by, like, 2 o'clock by the time.
Just going to fall off the chair halfway through this.
No, I won't fall over. I mean, I might drool a little bit, but that's about it. I might just drool.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I've never been much of a drinker. Every time I drink, I get into crazy fucking experiences, man. So I mean, if I want to have a story to tell, I'll drink. Because something happens. Every time something.
Yeah.
Last time I got drunk, I went in my backyard, and I think my Italian or Mexican neighbor was just screaming at her child, and I was sitting there, and I'm just like, huh.
Should have just flicked on Instagram Live. People love that stuff.
I should have, yeah,
just
but
get it out there.
Yeah.
I don't know if people need to hear that being said to a child. My God.
Social services turn up and just taken away. I don't know what happened.
That's right. And I'm sure she's a nice lady.
Just hates children. That's all.
Apparently.
I get so curious into what's going on back there because, like, she has a real thick accent, and then there's clearly like a dude with a very perfect Canadian accent. Oh yes, wow, I'm glad you're having a good day, dear. This is fantastic. And then there's her. You just can't tell what language she speaks. And he clearly had a conversation with her, and I'm like, I just want to know what's going on in there.
Oh man, come live where I live. I'm the youngest person around where I live.
What's it like?
30 years. Oh, it's just quiet, man. It's weird because it's a busy place, but where we actually live, it's quiet. Yeah. There's just, I think I've accidentally bought a house in like a retirement village. That's how it feels.
That's amazing.
It was only we was moving in, and then like one lot of neighbours coming out, and they're like, they're like 84, and then I say hello to another next door neighbours, and they're like on death's door as well, and you think, hang on a minute, like, I can't party around here. There's no young people around here. What's going on?
Oh shit! I lived beside a dude one time that made a comment. I saw him in the hallway, and he's literally like, he's fucking on death's door. Like, I'm surprised the door hasn't opened yet, and he's just fucking barely making it. And he had to bend down and pick up a newspaper, and I'm like, hey, how you doing today? And he's like, well, I'm still on this side of the dirt. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, you know,
that's an achievement. Oh, man,
it's an achievement.
It's weird around here. Right? Where I've got my shop, I mean, it won't mean anything to you, but where I've got my shop in Leon, it's called Leon C, and it's like the higher end like area around here, and then I'd say 5 minutes down the road where we used to live is a place called Westcliff, and Westcliff is like England's version of the Bronx. It's like crackhead central. Like it's unreal. Like, I mean, you'd to a point where I'd go shopping to get some food, and the shoplifter in there was so often. He actually asked me if he wanted me to, if I wanted him to steal me anything.
Jeez,
that's a solid crazy. Dude. That's a solid dude. Hey man, I got you covered. You want chapstick?
Oh, mate, I literally walked past him. I was like, look, you do realise they know you're doing this. Because as I walked in the shop, the security guard was like, just be careful, like, there's a guy shoplifting back there. So I'm walking past. I was like, look, just so you know, they do know you're doing this. And the guy turns around, he's like, yeah, no, do you want something? Do you want me to get you something? I was like, oh my gosh. I need to move. I need to leave this place.
Oh, what a gangster. I got you. Don't worry. I know they know. It's okay. I'll still get past them.
Exactly, I'm trying my best. The fuckers won't stop me.
That's amazing.
Do you guys have like a big crackhead problem or a homeless problem over there? I know it's starting to become a really big problem in the Lower Mainland.
Yeah, I mean, homeless definitely. I mean, there is drugs, but it's not so prominent anymore. But yeah, homeless definitely.
Yeah,
man, that is getting a problem.
Yeah, I went down to when I lived in Maple Ridge, which is about, I don't know, probably an hour from Vancouver with okay traffic and whatnot. The whole town had a bad homeless problem then. It's turned into like a horrible problem now where they've taken over hotels and they've taken over parts of the town, and like there's explosions taking place at homeless camps, and it's just like, wow, okay.
Yikes.
I mean, I don't know if that happened over here, but there was talk of that they was going to use hotels to house homeless people, but I don't actually know if it happened. But there's been so many rumours flying about that they were going to turn hotels into hospitals, and it's all mad. But who knows?
Yeah, who the hell knows what's going on? Fucking, it is a little bit crazy.
So what you guys got planned for the rest of your day?
I'm going to continue drinking.
Nice.
I'm going to continue being a father and watching children's cartoons while drinking.
Yeah, nice. And we've got to coordinate our episode for tomorrow. Gotta get
which I will.
Yeah. Don't
which
mess
I will
that
be
one
drinking for.
Yeah.
Man, he'll join you.
But what do you got going on for the rest of your day, my man? I wanted to ask you a little bit about your Instagram page. Like you're saying, you got a couple of things going on the way, and one thing that I love about your Instagram page is it's super clean. Like all your pictures.
Yeah, I mean that started before even the beer struggle. To be fair, I've got a good friend of mine. He's a graphic designer. Middlesmith is his name on Instagram. Yeah. But he basically gave me a structure to follow. So I got it in my head that you have to post every day. I had it that you see these people there every day or twice a day or whatever. And he said the problem with that is unless it's your job or you're getting paid to do it, whatever, it's too overwhelming. So what he said to do, especially the way Instagram's laid out, I mean, the grid is 3 photos, isn't it, on a line? Yeah, on a row. So he said just pick 3 posts a week. So I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's the only days I post on. So, and the way it started before Beard Struggle, I mean, obviously the content's got different now because there's less stuff to actually go do at the moment. But each, say, month-on-month basis, I'd pick 3 categories. So say Monday's post would be about my shop. So all the photos on a Monday would be to do with a barbershop. Yeah. Then on a Wednesday, it's a different category. So that could be, I mean, one month I've done community. So I've done people that are around my area, like the guy I go get coffee off every morning, or the girls that are next door to the shop, their business, and I'd feature them. And in the third day is something different. And the reason this structure works is because you can chop and change it easy. So on the, I don't know, say on the Monday, I didn't want to post anything about the shop for a while. You just take that section out and you put a new thing in. Like it could be my hobbies, for instance. So you constantly got content to produce, and it stops it being overwhelming, because especially if you're using things to schedule your posts and stuff like that,
Yeah.
You can do it all on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You've only got to get 3 posts put out, and it just does it and schedules it and stuff like that. So it makes it a lot more achievable, manageable to actually stick to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm enjoying it. Crisp. Yeah, I mean, I'm by no means a good photographer. I mean, that is the camera I've got is, it's an alright, it's an entry level camera, but the lens I've got on it, that's what makes a difference.
Oh, for sure.
I would argue your photography skills, my friend. You're fantastic from what I can tell.
Thank you very much.
What camera do you use for your photos? Usually?
The camera I've got at the moment is a Sony A5000. So it's cool. I think I picked up for about £200. It's not expensive.
Oh, cool.
But then the lens I've got on it is a 50mm prime lens. So it's,
I love it. So good.
So it's, I mean, I've said this to so many of the guys in the group that all my stuff comes from Peter McKinnon.
Yep.
And I've watched him.
I got his hat on right now.
There you go. And I just watched him and listened to him, and the advice he said was one of the lenses to get that you can never go wrong with is a 50mm.
Facts.
Because you can do macro shots of that, you can do wide angle shots of it, you can do portrait shots of it, and it's it's all good.
Yep.
I had no idea. I just learned something new. Thank you.
There you go.
It's definitely
nice. It's definitely about, you just got to keep it manageable. That is the goal. If you can keep it, if it becomes a chore to do, you're not going to stick to it. So if you can keep it manageable. So I'm just going to open the window. It's getting really hot now.
Do you think?
Yeah, if you can keep it something that's consistently manageable, you're going to keep doing it. Whereas if it becomes overwhelming, that's what I said to the guys in the clan. Like the problem at the moment is that everyone's got all the time in the world because they're in lockdown. Whereas when people start going back to work, if you then got to work 5 days weeks and then still do social media, it's going to become too tough.
Yep, absolutely.
Whereas with this structure that I follow, it's no different. I was doing it when I was at work before. I've been doing it during lockdown, and just because I've got more time, I've not started posting more. I'll just hit my stories up as well as my posts.
Yep.
So it's definitely that'd be good advice. And me and Mitch was talking about. Big Mitch was talking about it. I think Big Mitch, not by not posting too much, it gives your viewers a chance to actually digest your content. Like if you're posting every day, twice a day or whatever, your stuff just gets lost. The post you've done in the morning is then going to be lost by the post in the afternoon.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I like to give it time.
Yeah, I find the only time that posting multiple times a day works is if you're a really hot chick and you have a My OnlyFans account. That's the only time you can ever get away with it, and you still see 4,000 comments every time that bitch posts.
I only have one of them, and I'm not going to admit to what one it is. Don't worry, Jack.
All right. There's one girl that I want to give them money, but I don't at the same time. So I've never been to the hill, but
don't do it.
Don't do it. I won't. Okay, but I must say there's one girl that definitely intrigues me, and that would be Emily Knight. She's fucking so hot. Oh my god, fucking superb.
Oh,
she's fucking sweet.
You could spend too much money on that. Way too much money.
I imagine it's probably like gambling. You can get lost in the addiction aspect of it. Look at me, I just get access to everything. And next thing you know, you're broke and you don't have access to shit.
Yeah, exactly that. But I mean, really, what we're saying about the post, I was saying I love the beard struggle products and everything like that, but I've actually found more success by not posting about them. Not by not posting about them, but I'll post about them every 4 posts or something like that, or 3 posts. So, because otherwise you become a salesman effectively, and people just can't be bothered to listen to what you're saying. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
like I did in the shop.
Cool.
Like in the barbers, it's people come to me because they want a haircut, and if I'm then trying to ram products down their neck, you think, oh fuck's sake, like if I wanted it, I'll buy it. Whereas if I'm forcing it on you, you're gonna think, you know what, I'll leave it this time.
Yeah. But like with like like over posting like the beard struggle or like any like brand that you're working with. A DC told me that like during a Zoom webinar that he hosted a couple months ago. Like he said, like post like don't over post about the beard struggle because otherwise your page just becomes like a billboard.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. And people need to trust who you are as well. And if all your page consists of is products, they've got no idea who you are as a person.
Yep.
So I could tell you the beard struggle are the best products in the world, but if you don't trust my opinion, why are you going to listen to me?
For sure.
So people need to relate to you in some way. Like just by teaming up with Hobo Jack, a load of people that use their products think, oh, this guy uses Hobo Jack, so I'll take an interest in him. And then they see that I've used the beard products and I'm a barber and stuff like that, so then barbers jump on. So, but it's the same as you guys. Like Scott, you've got your fighting background, you do your art and stuff like that. Jordan, you've got the great edit and stuff like that. So but you need to play on your strengths. You can't just chuck up a bottle of beard oil and think people are going to buy it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But that's my main thing with the command. Go on, man.
Yeah, no, that's the weird thing is like guys that, you know, Jordan and I talked about this. I've talked to this about a few people. When they put next to no effort into what they're doing, and then they bitch about the fact that they're not getting any reward. It's like, well, no shit.
A selfie with no caption.
Yeah.
Exactly. Kills me every time.
Like, yeah, you send me 20 a day of just dudes that are just like, and you're just like, fuck, man, come on. I don't want to see the backseat of your truck, or you know, I don't want to see your picnic basket on Sunday that has nothing on. Like, what the fuck are you? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, my rule when I post something is I won't post something unless it would stop me scrolling through Instagram.
Cool.
That's
just a good rule to follow. That's just a good rule of thumb.
If I look at my post and I think I'm not interested in that, I won't put it up because no one else is going to be interested in it.
Totally.
So it is a tough one, but I mean I understand what people are saying. It's better to get content out than not, but my argument is that you're better to wait to actually post something worth posting.
Yeah. Like I try to post every day, but if I don't have something that's like cool and like worth posting, I'm not gonna just like throw something up for the sake of posting. That's just not gonna do well.
You're better off just chucking something on your story, just to stay active, but then keep your posts for something that's actually more relevant and stuff like that.
For sure.
Yeah, the one thing that I find is a little sad is when people fall in love with the number of followers that they have. Like I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. If you follow me, you unfollow me. It is what it is. I give two shits. But when I see guys like personally message me and they go, "Man, I lost 4 followers today," I'm like, "Do you want me to fucking cry for you?" I don't care.
And the thing is, if they actually looked who them 4 followers were, they're probably inactive accounts anyway, or they're just
absolutely.
They're just scammers. I mean, you look at some of these people. Other people follow me, and you click on their profile, and it's like Sarah from Florida. She's got one picture that looks like it's been taken off of like Google Pictures. Put up on her page. DM me for sex, and you think, okay, you're a good follower. Yeah, nice. Your conversion rate's going to be good.
Yeah, man. It is. It's a little sad to see some people fall in love with that because, I mean, and Thor touched on that. He's like, your followers, you know, it is what it is. It's going to go up and it's going to go down. And it's, you know, sometimes you're going to get stuck for a while. It just is what it is. Yeah. And that's the one thing is like, I've been stuck at about, I don't know, 1,055, 1,065, somewhere in there for like 2 weeks. I don't give a shit. Whatever, no, exactly. That's fine. The one thing, like you said, is, you know, it's better for people to wait to digest your content.
Yeah, of course.
You know, if they unfollow you because you didn't post that day, well, fuck them. They suck anyways.
It depends. I suppose it depends what your goal is. If your goal is to have 20,000 people on Instagram, then you might as well just pay for your followers because it's not going to actually bring you anything. Whereas I do a lot of reading. I've read quite a lot of books on like self-help and business and stuff like that. And one of the ones they always bang on about is you're better off having 100 people that literally listen to every word you're saying rather than 10,000 people that just like your picture once. Especially with the beard product struggle products. Like that's how I started generating my sales. I started off with 10 to 15 people that were my sort of like pool of people that I've built my trust with through the barbers. I've sold them these products, but then they then go away and tell their mates how good they are. And then because they've come from me, they then trust their opinion. So then they tell other people, and it just spreads. And then you get your reoccurring sales. So if you're trying to sell to 1 million people worldwide, it's not going to happen because they haven't got a clue you are.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's the one thing you got to gain their trust and just be a normal human being, right? Be genuine.
Exactly.
If you try and be a salesman, if you try and fool people, people will see that. If they don't see it right away, they'll see it at some point.
Yeah, and you've only got to look at the clients that come in my shop. I mean, we've always got clients that are like the typical like chiseled models, like perfect hair and stuff like that. But they might drop in. They might drop in every 6 months before a photo shoot or a haircut. But the guy who actually makes me the most money is the 65, 70-year-old man down the road who comes in every week to get his hair cut. Because he'd rather sit in my chair and have a chat with me and have a cup of coffee than sit at home. So he's actually better for my business than the model walking through the door. But it's all to do with perception, I think. It's what you perceive as success.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I guess that's one thing I wanted to ask you earlier about, like you're saying, you run your own business and everything like that.
Yeah,
do you like the everyday regulars? Do you like seeing those people every single day?
I love them,
Or are you, like you were saying, sometimes the model comes in for every 6 months and you're like,
I mean, the models are good to be for photo shoots and marketing and stuff like that. But, oh man, they're so boring. So boring. I prefer, but I'm old school. I would rather have a chat with an 8-year-old man about being in the war or how many kids he's got and stuff like that. Just normal conversation. I mean, you'll probably understand it, but
absolutely,
barbershop talk bores the crap out of me. Like asking where people are going on holiday and stuff like that. I don't care where you're going on holiday. I'd rather know about like actually who you are. I don't want to know where you're going next week and stuff like that. Just I'd rather know about interesting people. But it's more of a it's more pleasing for me for people to keep coming back because it then proves that you're doing a good job rather than having 100 new people through every year. I'd rather have the same people coming back because it proves that you're actually doing something worthwhile doing.
Absolutely.
Exactly. For sure.
No, that's cool.
I mean, it's a funny business because like, hairdressing and barbering, you're never going to keep your staff. Not in a bad way, but you'll never earn the money you want to earn working for someone in our business. You have to go open up your own shop to actually earn what you want to earn.
Okay.
So it's one of them. You coach people to a level where they can then go off, and then I mean, this is the plan that we're working on within the next year or so. That we've got some guys working for us that I then want to branch out, open up some more shops, and then put them in charge of them shops.
Fair enough.
So they then effectively, they're still our shops, there's still our name above the door, but they're getting run by other people, so I haven't got so much pressure on it.
Yeah, no, and that's a smart thing, especially if you've built a trust with that and somebody that you've worked with over the years and you have that trust with them. It makes it a lot easier to put a business in their hands and go, cool, you're not going to fuck me over. Yeah, I remember when I was younger, I helped manage a gym and I helped run a gym. And eventually I became a personal trainer, and that was like the evolution. You were the front desk kid, then you were the assistant manager. Then you're like, oh, I don't make enough money doing this. I might as well start getting some more experience personal training. Then maybe I start my own gym, and that's kind of how the evolution of that goes. So I totally know what you mean. Eventually, you got to just do your own thing, open doors, and carry on if you really want to get that growth.
I mean, the tattooing was the biggest example of that. I mean, when my apprenticeship in the tattoo shop, for the first 6 months at least, all you'll do is sweep the floor, make the coffees, and you'll break down machines, build machines, sterilize everything. But you're basically like the shop bitch. But the reason you do that is because if they just gave you a tattoo machine on the first day you walk through the door, it's all like the glitz and glamour, and you feel, oh, this job's great, but you forget about everything that goes on behind the scenes. I mean, I think the thing that killed it was like Miami Inc., LA Inc., New York Inc., stuff like that, because people watch them shows and think, fuck, this is like amazing. Like they're doing all these really detailed artworks. But they don't show how much cleaning has to go on in the background and how many hours doing drawings for and stuff like that. So, I mean, the influx in tattoo artists went through the roof when them shows got put on TV.
Interesting.
Sure. Oh man, absolutely mad. And it become apprentices that were buying stuff off of the internet. You can get a tattoo machine on eBay for about 15 quid, I think, that actually works. But that's what's happened. You've got people set up at home and they're just butchering people now.
Yeah. It's oh man, some of the artwork that you see come out of like people that do it in the basement, and they don't have the experience. And hey, I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy, and you're like, You know, the one thing that I hate, or like I have this big old tattoo on my arm, and I paid about just under $5,000 for this. And it took 36 or 38 hours to get it done in total. So it was like 8-hour sessions or 6-hour sessions. And, you know, people don't understand there's a difference between a $4,500 tattoo and a $700 tattoo out of somebody's basement. There's a big difference. When somebody goes, hey, I got this tattoo and it cost me $700. Cool. I want to see the actual good work. You know, on this guy's arm that was $5,000 because it's quality work, and you know, if he takes care of it, it's going to last a lifetime.
Exactly that. But people don't see that. People want a 30 quid tattoo. And the best one I ever had when I was tattooing was a guy come through the door and he wanted a rose on him. I think he wanted a flower. And this rose was going to take me 2 hours. So back then it was £140 for this tattoo. He's like, no, it's too expensive. I'll go somewhere else. So his mate can then do it. But his mate's going to charge him £30 an hour. His mate was going to charge him. But it's going to take him 6 hours. So you work that out. But because he's paying £30 an hour, he thinks, oh, yes, I'm getting a fucking great deal here. Well, he's actually paying more money for a shit tattoo.
It
hurts me.
Oh man, it's painful. You can't help some people. You can't help them.
No, I think more people just like to argue and fight with you about money or pricing or logic sometimes because they're bored.
100%.
I swear to God, 100%. People are bored and just like to pick fights.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. Like one of the things that's going on at the moment is me and the boss are trying to work out a wholesale for the products. So instead of you selling one product using your code, we're trying to work it out. You can go into, say, a barbershop or any shop and sell them in bulk. So that's one of the things we're working on at the moment. So, but it's working out that it's beneficial for the ambassadors and it's beneficial for the actual person buying it.
For sure.
Absolutely.
But it's interesting if it can be worked out. It's definitely a good route to go down. Because it's like for me, for instance, in my shop, if someone come in with a 15% code, you're not really going to purchase it. It's not worth you then using it in the shop or sell it in the shop. We can't sell it in the shop. But if they're going to bring in wholesale, it just opens up another revenue then.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
that's a smart idea.
Yeah, so, it'd be good.
The one thing I got to say that I like about the gentleman that runs the Beard Struggle is he's a very private gentleman. He's never really in the public eye. He kind of leaves us to do all that to promote the product and everything. And he's just like, you can tell he has a very kind heart by the way he runs the business. You know, he gives a certain percentage of each sale to cancer and the fight against COVID. And just like in general, he's just a great guy that, you know, and we were mentioning some of the brand ambassadors before, the ones that kind of have that wrong mindset that feel that they might be left out to dry. He does care about all of us. Like we're all equal. Of course he does. He's not a, you know, we favor these guys over these guys. He's just a sweet, caring human being.
And the thing that's impressed me, from day one is I don't know any other company that if you messaged the boss that they would actually message you back.
Absolutely.
If you message him, he will get back to you and he will talk to you about it and actually be invested in what he's got to say. He's not just going to fob you off with some random typed up message that doesn't actually respond to what you're saying. And it's like you're saying, he actually cares about all the ambassadors.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's generally not using this as something to do. He wants all of them to grow. And if he can make that successful for everyone, he will do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
that's good. It just goes to show, doesn't it, that 3 months ago, none of us even knew who he was, or like knew who he was, and now you're all sitting on a podcast, and we've got this group of people that you're probably going to speak to for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I told Jordan the other day, I was like, as soon as you get a girl pregnant and you have kids, I'm still going to be on the other side of this podcast, motherfucker. But yeah, like you were saying, like since day one, it's been an amazing experience. Like I first met the group through a DC, and he was like, hey man, we got a fucking couple guys that are just, you know, like they're interested in making something go. Like, are you interested? And we just became friends. That was it. We became friends, and then it was just friends helping friends, and then the friends just grew. It went from 12 to 50 to 100 to what, we got 9,000 people in there. I consider all those people friends. If they ever need help, reach out. It's more than happy.
Of course.
You know, it's a cool thing. Are you really liking the clan thing, being a general? Has that kind of changed the whole perception of you for this? Has it made it a little bit more fun?
Yeah,
or is it more of a...
It's not, to be fair, it's not challenging, because it's just a bigger scale version of what we was doing in Discord anyway. But it's first, the biggest challenge at first was getting people's momentum going, because I think they expected to go into these clans and just like go through the ranks, whereas the way it's set up, like I don't know if he's run through it with you or not, but the way it's run up is they have to have a month probation period.
Okay.
So everyone joins as a recruit, and then they have a month that they're in this probation period, and then at the end of the month you can pick 2 recruits to then get ranked up.
Oh, cool.
That's
so
cool.
I don't think they was aware that was how it was. They were made aware, but I don't think they realised that's how it worked. So the first 2 weeks, no one really bothered getting involved or engaging and stuff like that.
Oh no!
And then the minute that you get told, "Oh, you do realise there's a promotion coming up," everyone's like, "Fuck!"
Engagement's through the roof.
Oh, man. It's good. I think it just takes. I mean, you'll find it when you set it up that a lot of people don't know how to use it at first. And then when you first look at it, you think, shit, there's a lot of chat rooms in here. There's a lot of things to go for, like units. Whereas when you actually tell them, look, you just drop this in there, you talk in this one, you can get notifications through this one. They then think, oh, right, okay, it's all right now. And then that's when they start engaging a bit more. But it's good. It is essentially, it's just, I mean, Facebook's got better, a lot better. But Facebook took a bit of a bad turn where everyone was just moaning, or it just become like a weird place to be on. So, and that's what I posted out a couple of weeks ago, just saying like, look,
man, I saw that post. That was a good post.
I mean, it upset me a bit, because when I joined, like, you was one of them, but nobody met with any negativity. As soon as I joined, it was like, how can I help you? Like, glad to have you here, blah, blah, blah. And I just think, if people aren't getting that, it's a real shame. So I didn't want to just sit there and think, oh, do you know what, we'll just leave Facebook. But I think now they've got more people like moderating it. It is getting a lot better on there now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's one thing that I like about it, is just seeing like everybody. Now, like you put that post out there, there's been a few other people that have kind of mentioned, like, let's kind of turn the positivity around. This isn't a dick swinging contest. It's not about this guy doing better than me or that guy doing better than him, or, you know, or even like what Samantha said a little while ago, everybody getting pissed off that the Shield maidens had their own group and stuff. It's like, well, we all had the opportunity to vote at the beginning. So it's it's not that like nobody's been given the opportunity. We're just pointing out facts here. Let's just be cordial and move on forward, right?
And I mean, you're not gonna please everyone, but if then people don't want to be in a group, then they can leave the group. It's one of them.
Absolutely. We have a gentleman that tried to yell at me a couple weeks ago.
In our Canada Instagram chat.
Because we're trying to rally the Canadian guys to more so be more engaging, because we know that there's not as many of us, and so for us to get like a clan or a Discord or any of that kind of stuff going, we need them to be more engaging and actually try and upgrade the quality of their content. So I had a gentleman reach out to me and essentially tell me I'm an asshole because I told him that this might not be for him because he bitching and complaining that his wife found a 15% code, or somebody can become an ambassador because they still had a fucking post out there, a sponsorship post out there.
Oh man.
And I was like, for the love of God.
Yep.
So I just informed him this might not be for you. And then he told me that he does sales for a living, so I'm a dickhead and I clearly don't know what I'm talking about. So
mate, you're gonna get it all the time.
Yeah, so I ripped him a new asshole. And he's been relatively quiet ever since.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we was having a chat, like as the general was the other day, about basically how your approach to how the clans are, because you don't know, do you? You don't know if you need to take the nice approach or you need to go like fucking strict as anything.
Yeah,
but
totally.
I think there's a happy medium. But yeah, they need to know that there's a line, and you are running the group essentially. So yeah, it is tough with decisions like that. But I mean, one of the things with the promotions is that I think people thought once they become warriors, then that's it. Then they're warriors. They're stuck there, and you can just basically come off the boil and not put as much effort in. And so I approached it, and I thought, you know what? Like the recruits are looking up to the warriors as a bit of inspiration, and that's where they want to get to.
Yeah.
So I went down the route of not being an arsehole, but I thought if you're not doing what I need you to do, you'll get demoted again to recruit. And I mean, that upset a few people, like getting demoted and upset a few people.
Yeah.
But I just said to him, look, I said, if you start engaging more and your content, the quality of your content goes up again, I'll put you back as a warrior. But I'm not just going to let you sit there.
Yeah,
just because you've earned it once and not do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's not a level up and stay there. It's a consistent work.
No,
thing.
of course not. Yeah. Exactly. Because it's otherwise everyone's just going to get to warrior, and then the clans will die because everyone will think, oh, you know what, I'm here now. I don't need to do anything else. Whereas I'll try and make it that everyone in our group, every post they do is better than the last post they put out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. And sometimes it's a hit or a miss depending on the day. Sometimes engagement's down because some people are just doing whatever. But that's a good rule to have. Always try and level up, right? Always try and do something better than you did the day before.
Yeah.
And that's
And so especially with hashtags and stuff like that, it depends on the day and it depends on the time and it depends who's looking at the time, because you could use the same hashtags you've used before that's got you stupid amount of engagement or reach, and it won't do anything. But it just you've got to be a scientist to work out the algorithm, but if you can work it out, you're a genius.
I know, isn't it? It's a bit painful, right? Because we all learned a little bit about it. We all kind of figured out kind of how it worked. Yeah. And then like some days you're like, fuck yeah, I hit the target. And other days you're like, does everybody hate me?
Yeah. I had that a couple of days ago. Like I put up a post. I think it was, it might have been yesterday. Like my first teaser post for Thor that I put up. Was like getting no engagement, and then I was like, what's going on? And then I was talking to Scott about it, and he was like, did you put the Instagram link in your in the Instagram Discord section? I was like, hadn't done that yet. So I did that, and then it was like, definitely a difference.
What I found is what happens with one post now. Say I post at 10 a.m. our time, not my time. A lot of the Americans will be asleep. So I'll get like a small engagement from where I am, like my locals and people that follow me for years. But then as soon as the Americans wake up and they jump on the Discord, it's just like, fuck.
That's hilarious. Yeah,
it's good. It's good because you then get, it spreads your engagement out over the day. So I suppose you're then more consistent with your engagement, aren't you?
Yeah, and that's a good way of looking at it. The one thing I love is like you mentioned, when all the Americans are sleeping, or when all the UK guys are sleeping, like whenever one time zone is sleeping, like I enjoy waking up and seeing the fuckery that takes place in the conversation section the night before. And some days it's like, hey, I got family problems, somebody's sick, I'm not going to be involved today. Hey, I got this going on. That's totally fine. Life happens. But the fuckery that takes place in that is my favorite. The fucking way Mitch reeled in that gay dude the other day. Oh my fucking god. He's the only person that can post a dick picture in that group that I didn't get mad at.
Yeah.
He was the only person that I didn't get mad at.
Yeah.
The next day, that was a bit much.
I love
bit
Mitch.
much the next day.
Mitch is such a wind-up.
Yeah.
I fucking love him.
Yeah, I'm excited to hang out with him again on Friday night with Phil as well.
He's a proper wind up. I mean, we just sit there like private message each other like, right, let's do this. Just go along with this message. I'm going to send a message in there. Just go along with it. I mean, he won't mind me saying it, but Peach the other day, we was winding Peach up the other day when I can't remember his name, Pedro, whatever his name was. He was talking to him. Was like, just send him a picture. Like you know you want to send him a picture. Just send him one.
Yep.
Like, we won't judge you. Just send him a photo.
That was so funny. Peach, if you're listening, that went on way too long, brother. That made me uncomfortable.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
There's a line. There's a line. I mean, if you're into that, I'll accept you still.
Yeah.
Send him the picture or don't. Don't drag it out forever. Just do it.
And don't share it with the whole Discord group. Like like every time
Jordan gets so raged about it, he freaks out. I'm sitting over here laughing and drinking and smoking. I'm like,
I was cracking up.
Like, fuck.
Jordan's your messages like, don't do it. Hell no. No.
Yep. I'm like, please no. Just don't.
Little angry face and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
just perfect now. You can tell Jordan's the first one that's genuinely pissed off. Then there's just other people that are like, remove my eyes.
You shouldn't tell me this because I'm just going to literally upload a whole link full of dick pics to your Instagram account.
Oh no.
Oh shit, that's funny. Oh god damn it, man. Yeah, the fuckery in that group is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, like you say, you can. Yeah, and you can have serious conversations in there. If someone's got a problem, we all jump on it. But it's one of the places. If you're having a bit of a shit day, you can just log on to that, and you know you're going to be smiling by the time you leave it.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you're having a shitty day, it doesn't matter what can happen. Somebody says something funny in there.
Yeah, I mean the amount of times I'll be sitting there on my phone in the evening laughing, and my wife will be like, what the hell are you laughing at? It's just like the guys with beards that I talk to online. Like, it's weird when you actually think about it, but
yeah,
it is. Yeah. That is my giant group of dudes that I love talking to. Fucking awesome. Yeah, no, most people be like gay.
It's not. I swear, it's not gay. It's not.
But even if it was, who cares?
Exactly, yeah. Fuck off.
Don't look over here. I'm enjoying myself. YOLO.
Oh man.
But then like every time I hop on that Discord group, I like almost every day I somehow end up like injecting myself into some uncomfortable situation.
Every day.
Oh yeah.
Every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this just happened again. Like
my favorite thing is the spontaneousness of it. Is like things just happen and then somebody else chimes in, and then somebody else chimes in, and it gets even funnier or it gets more fucked up. And then like the other day I made that flag for us. Dean, you're on it. Fucking the Dicks of Fury. And like I have that for sale on the website. Go buy the Dicks of Fury flag, motherfuckers. And it's like, man, that was a joke. I just sent Jordan a fucked up text message that morning. That's all it was. I was just fucking around. And next thing 100%. You know, it turned into a fucking flag. The Dicks of Fury. Here he is. He's bringing up
right, there it is.
There it is.
Nice. I mean, what else would you call it? There's nothing else you could have called it.
There's nothing else you could have called that. And look at those 4 fine gentlemen all ready to fuck somebody up to save Jordan from ISIS.
Yep.
Yeah, like I'm pretty confident at this point that I'm gonna be totally fine. Like these 4 crazy buggers are coming.
Yeah, I think in the description there on the side, I think I called Mitch a fridge with arms or something like that. Yeah. Fucking, I love you, Mitch. You're a golden human being.
I mean, the best thing that ever happened with Mitch is before I knew who he was, like when he first joined, and you see pictures of him, you think, God, this guy is going to be like East London gangster, like that sort of voice. And then he started talking.
I thought, in the backyard.
Yeah. And then he started talking. I thought, who the hell has this guy's voice come from?
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's funny. When we talked to him the other day, it was to die for. Oh, yeah. Man, we were dying on that podcast. And that's the one thing that we found about doing the podcast. Everybody is funny. Everybody's funny in their own ways. Like, you're funny in your own way. Dakota had us in fucking stitches, man. I thought I was gonna die and pass out from laughing.
Literally, like after that podcast for like a good solid while, like my ribs were like physically in pain from laughing. And I think that video goes live like in the next couple days.
Oh, yeah, it goes live in like 2 days or something like that, and I can't wait. That gay beard scent oil part is fucking. Oh my god, that's funny. Fuck.
Yeah, so it goes live tomorrow. Yeah. Like
it's tomorrow. Oh, good.
Yeah.
No, I can't wait. I want to watch that just for my own pleasure.
Yeah, I think I'm going to as well. It's just like, like from start to finish, it was just tomfoolery, hilariousness, like just amazing.
Oh, that's what it's about.
Yeah, and that's been like every episode to some extent. Just like Viking Peach will be like talking about something ridiculous, or like we'll be like 4.5 hours with Phil on the second episode. Like,
yeah, that's mad.
Just
man, it's a lot of fun. I gotta say, it's a lot of fun. Being a part of the beard show is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good to see. I think that is the main thing. It's giving people a chance that might not have been creative in the first place to actually express their creativity through this outlet now, isn't it?
For sure.
Absolutely. I never would have found my artistic side until I did this. I never would have done that. I hated art. I sucked at it throughout all of high school, in middle school. I was not good at it. All of a sudden I found my thing, which is the last thing I was ever good at. So it's kind of weird.
There you go.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's all good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. What's your hopes for the future? Are you hoping to, like you were saying, you want to make sure that you get your shops opened up and you go and do all that kind of stuff, but are you wanting to get into movies, my friend? You're a handsome fellow. I see you could be a superhero. You could be like a MacGyver motherfucker going in there.
Who knows?
Like, I got a paperclip and I got an eraser. I'll kill those 4 guys.
Right, who knows? That'd be the dream.
Yeah. Do you have a specific character? Is there a character in your mind that you dream about? Like when you're in the shower, you're like, you pretend. Every Captain America.
Every Englishman wants to be James Bond, and that's got to be done. I could be the first. I'd be the first James Bond with a beard. That'd be.
I could see that. Yep.
Why not? They're all clean shaven.
James Bond with a beard. They need to make James Bond with a beard. Why not? Yeah. He doesn't always have to be clean shaving and handsome and nice. He can be fucking bearded.
Yep.
Exactly. I might make the call. I might put in a discrimination call and say that it's bang out of order. kick off.
Oh man, that'd be fucking funny. Next thing you know, we've got all these different spin-offs of James Bond.
There you go. Exactly. His choice of weapon is the V-cone. That'd just be the way forward. Hit death by heated brush. That is the way I'm going to go with it.
Yeah, just like swinging around.
I don't know. I'm just taking it as it comes. And we've just found out the other day we're having a little baby girl in November.
Yes, congratulations, my friend.
Cheers, man. So yeah, we've got one of each. Well, we'll have one of each then. So yeah, I mean, my goal right now is I just want to find a bit more balance. That's the main thing at the moment. I don't want it to. I need to remember to take a step back a little bit and spend a bit more time with the family and stuff like that. Because, like you say, it's too easy to get so engrossed in doing the social media and stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be my goal. Bit of balance. Work enough that I have to, but take enough days off that I can enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of the dream. And the end of this is to be pretty self-sufficient and just kind of
exactly.
You know, the one thing that I always wanted to do was make a living being myself. Just be
exactly.
Yeah. Just hang out. If I can make other people laugh or smile, that's kind of the best part of it, right?
Mate, I'm under no illusion. My job is not hard. My job consists of cutting people's hair and talking shit to people all day long. So that's what I love about my job, man. I can just talk to the people I want to talk to about whatever I want and earn money doing it. So it can't be all bad.
Yeah, for sure. That's fun.
That's the one thing I miss about dojos. I think the most is the just absolute cruel humor that comes out of beating up other gentlemen together. You know, like there's some jokes 100%. That take place in wrestling class that you're just like, these should never be talked about outside of these doors.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it is the only place that it's acceptable for a man's nutsack to be on your face when you don't want it to be.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you know, when somebody has your back and they're choking you out and they whisper, "I just want to cuddle," you're just like, oh.
Yeah, that's almost more terrifying than the chokehold that you're currently in.
Well, it's like what I said to you the other day. There was that guy that I knew, or somebody that I saw it on social media for one of the amateur promotions that was taking place in BC.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that was going to fight another guy, and he was so confident he was going to fuck him up that he sent him dick pics. And he essentially was like, bro, keep in mind that once I beat your ass and you're unconscious, I could have fucked you if I wanted to. And it's like,
yeah.
You know, that dude pulled out of the fight. Like,
that's
the
next level.
Day, he was gone.
He's like, nope,
not taking place.
Oh man, yeah,
dude,
that's mind fucking. So what's your plans for the futures? Are you looking at doing this full time for the podcast?
I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to just be me, keep talking shit. I'm good at talking shit. I've been doing it for many, many years. I just haven't done it on such a public stage. I usually do it in quiet. You know, I don't know. It would be a lot. Like Jordan and I both had the mutual agreement. Like, we're just going to keep doing this. We're going to keep having fun. We're going to see what kind of fun we can do with the guys that are in the group and see where we can take this, help you guys grow, help us grow.
Yeah.
Who knows? This might turn into like a Joe Rogan thing. This might turn into, you know, Jordan.
That'd be good.
Jordan might get like a really cool opportunity doing edits, or maybe, you know, somebody wants to put him in a movie or something like that. I wouldn't mind trying to use this to utilize my opportunity to fight certain dudes at some point. That'd be kind of fun.
Get them on the podcast after you fight them.
Yeah, like I would totally like to do that. We could talk about the fight. We could talk about the fact that I punched you and you punched me. That'd be pretty cool. You know, I wouldn't mind using this podcast to call a few guys out when the time comes until I know I can make the weight and stuff like that. I won't be like, hey, I want to fight you, and next thing you know, I can't do it. But more so, my big thing is I want to be there for Legend all the time. The kid,
of course.
You know, without going into the whole story, the kid comes from a split household, and I remember growing up that affected some friends in a lot of ways, and it was not always positive, and it caused him a lot of problems. So I just want to be there for him whenever he has an issue come up. If he doesn't want me to help him with an issue, that's totally fine. You can go learn on your own and figure out how to deal with it. But just, you know, if he wants me to be there for a wrestling practice, he wants me to be there to help him with a school project. Like, that's my big thing, is I want to do that with no worry about money, bills, anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's all. That's the best you can do, isn't it? They're going to make their own choices, but as long as they know that you're there for them, then what more could they want?
For sure.
Yeah, man. So I'm not sure, Jordan. Do you have a long-term goal that I'm not aware of? Are you hoping for Pirates of the Caribbean fucking 19 and Jordan's? What are you hoping for here?
You do all your films and your editing. You've got some cool stuff going on with that, Jordan.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm starting my second year of business marketing this fall. Hopefully, as long as I can figure out paying for it. But I'm hoping to after that, because my school also has a film and TV production program that I think I'm going to do after that. But yes, I would love to just be doing like this podcast and like doing YouTube content, like doing social media stuff like full time, because it's like taking photos and like creating content is my favorite thing to do. Like, that's what I spend.
We spoke to Marius.
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, talk to him, dude. Marius is the guy that does all Thor and Espin's videos.
Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Their photographer.
Drop him. Right. He's a real good guy. He's he'll talk to you about anything. But he's got some good knowledge that he'll be able to share with you. But he's a cool guy. So if you just drop him a message on Insta, he'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got shared interests. But
for sure.
He done it his life, didn't he? He showed you what equipment to use and stuff like that. But Yeah, no,
I think
he's a good guy.
I think he's usually tagged in Pilot Earth Force stuff.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I'm on his profile right now.
Yeah, just in case you wanted to find it. But yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's the one thing I really enjoy about this. It's more so watching other people grow and the success. I know, right? Isn't his page badass? Look at the man. There he is.
That portrait of Thor. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and like, yeah, the mood of that picture is fantastic. He's a handsome man, but he also looks like he's ready to kill you.
I'll just pull it up on the computer. What am I doing using my phone?
I don't know what you're doing, Jordan. Young Jordan, forgetting that he has technology at his fingertips in 2020.
All that.
But yeah, I know, man. It's been a really fun journey so far, just watching everybody grow and the content change and evolve and the friendships being made. And, you know, like you said, these are friendships for life that aren't going to go anywhere.
100%. Yep. 100%.
I can't wait to talk to you in 20 years on the podcast. And I'm like, dude, we're on 10,000 episodes. Believe this shit.
Yeah, we got like nice high quality like sets. Like, I'm not just using like a bed sheet as my backdrop and like.
Oh man, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the day that I can have like a space like in my own house where I can like work on content that actually has windows, because this space that I'm in now, zero windows whatsoever. So it's very much like a cave. Like that's kind of become the running joke that like I'm doing my work from like a terrorist cave.
Yeah. I mean, there's a guy in my he's actually part of my clan now, but I knew him before. He's a pretty good friend of mine now, but he's Liam Dempsey, his name is. And he's a good guy to talk to, because he went through all my YouTube videos, and basically told me like what I could improve, what he uses. Like his setup, is decent. He's got in his office, both sides of his room, he's got sound blankets, so everything just no echo, no nothing. It's crisp. But yeah, he's a good guy to talk to. Like I say, he's in my clan, but I'll get him to drop me a message, because he's a good guy to look at. He does some cool stuff for this.
Sound blankets.
Oh,
that's
man,
no, it is. Yeah, no, I was researching that kind of stuff yesterday, looking at ways to sound my studio more, because like.
Oh shit, son! That gives me a hardcore victory boner.
Yeah, so I'm
man,
in the process of figuring that out. Mm-hmm.
Nice, but yeah, have a chat with him. He'll be happy to.
Yeah,
have a look at your stuff, but he knows what he's talking about, and he's good. He'll take the piss out of you all day long. He's good to have a laugh with. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's fantastic.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So one thing I wanted to ask you, Dean, do you have any highlights so far? We've talked about like the fact that guys are fucking fun to talk to. You've gotten some cool content creation and all that stuff going on. It's so far through like the almost 4 months now that we're going on and doing this, which is hard to believe. Like we're creeping up here on half a year now, working together.
Oh yeah, you know,
a lot of fun. But do you have a highlight so far? Like, was it when you worked with Dan there for the video? Because your part in that video is hilarious. When you were like, "Oh shit, you look like Dan Singer," huh? And you took off. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I mean that's got to be a highlight. Like I said earlier, like one of the reasons I joined was because I'd followed Dan before I even knew the beard struggle were. Like he was my picture that I'd have for beard goals. So the fact that I'm then in a collaboration video and he's actually doing a video with me, that's got to be the highlight. It's got to be. Oh, it's coming up now. There we go.
Yeah, man, that's such a cool. That's
That's
video.
the one.
Yeah. Let me just make sure I'm sharing audio here.
But yeah, that's got to be highlights.
Yeah, man, that's one thing that I just love about the beard struggle. They're so open.
That was loud. Sorry about that.
Jesus Christ, do you want me to lose my goddamn ears?
Hi. I have a delivery for the camera.
It's just different level.
Yeah.
I love doggy.
Yeah.
What? Oh man. That's more like it.
Who's the man?
Hello.
The man.
Package for Dean Gleeson.
For a second there, I thought you was Dan Ziegler.
That's my favorite part of the whole fucking video.
Yeah, man, that was good
so
fun.
Good.
It was good fun to
so
talk.
good.
But I mean, that's the good thing about this group is that you've got so many different minds that bring so many different creative ideas to the table that like it's top secret at the moment. We're working on one at the moment it's going to be good when it gets released. But yeah, it's all just, we have a meeting like this, we have a Zoom meeting, everyone throws ideas about, and we think, fuck yeah, let's go with that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's good, man. Yeah, you guys have part 2 of that coming up soon, don't you?
Possibly. I couldn't tell you. Possibly.
Possibly, he says.
Yeah, no, it'll be good. I mean, but for me, I'm actually, I get more excited at the moment about seeing what the recruits are doing, because they get issued challenges every month or something like that, and it's interesting to see how they do stuff, because it takes you back to how you used to be when you first started.
Raw.
Like not knowing about what ratio to film in or audio and stuff like that. And it's cool, because it then you think, oh, okay, I can chip in here and I can give you a bit of advice.
Yeah, it's been fun to do that. Like, I've had like other guys like reach out to me and like ask, like send me like videos before they post them, and like ask for like you know, that I've been like doing like video editing for a while, and so it's been fun to like get to that point where I can like help people get better with like the things that I've learned.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, I almost shit myself about, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. One of the masters messaged me and was like, what do you think of my photos? Is there anything I could make better about this? And I was like, holy fuck. I just fucking just, there was a lot of excitement and jizz going on at that point. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's fun, man. Like, we get a lot of, even the new guys that come into the group, like some of them, I've had a couple guys reach out and they're like, I really like the podcast, and they're just general fans of the podcast. We've had other people come to us and be like, hey, I want to be on, and then they're not really like into it. So we've had a little bit of everything. People just trying to get on for their own personal gain. People that are just genuine fans, people that actually come to us and go like, hey, like this might be kind of fun to do, or like, hey, I would love to talk about this at some point. And you're like, you know, it's interesting. Some interviews are funny and silly, like this one has a little bit of silliness, a little bit of seriousness to it. You know, some of them, like Dakota, I don't know if we had a serious moment with Dakota. I think we did for maybe 5 minutes, and the rest was still laughing. It's a lot of fun, you know, just a variety of things going on.
For sure. But this guy, Drakir, like he's been like commenting on, I think, every podcast that we've released so far, saying how much he's enjoyed it. So, and I've been talking to him a lot and like helping him out with stuff. And
that's what it's about, isn't it? You give back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, that's like what we try to do, even just by doing this, by bringing up his Instagram page. You know, go show the guy some love. He's a sweet human being. And from what I can tell, he's a good guy. So
he is.
Thank you, sir.
Exactly that.
Is there anything big that you got going on in the works that you're able to release, my friend, or is this just one of those things we're gonna have to wait for these juicy bits to come on? Because I'm more than willing to wait.
I think you're gonna have to wait.
All right, I can wait.
It'll give too much. It's not going to be long. It's not going to be long. It's pretty much done. Fine. So you'll
okay.
But yeah, it's I mean, there's some big stuff in the future, but it's whether it pans off. But yeah, you've definitely got to wait for that one.
All right, fair enough, my man. Well, I'm excited for that one, because it's nice to see like the U.S. generals were just released. You guys are kicking ass. I think the EU is coming up next, and then it gets to
next.
So I'm real excited to see everybody kind of get involved and who turns into a general and who does this and who goes up the ranks. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
And I think for the US, like I think all like everybody that they've announced so far has been on our podcast or is going to be on our podcast at some point. So
nice.
It's really cool to see everybody's like doing big things.
Yeah, definitely.
Kicking ass.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, man.
Nice, man.
So is there anything that you'd like to talk about, Dean, before we let you go? I know you're a busy man. You have a family. You've got all kinds of things going on.
Yeah, I've got I don't know what time it is. What is time? 9:30 it is there now. I've got to go see let's go see the wife, spend some time with the wife. Make sure I'm not spending all my time with you handsome bastards.
Well, I understand that, of course. The wife needs attention. So is there anything you want to mention before we let you go?
I think we've covered it all, man. I'm just, like I say, I can't reveal too much, but I'm just glad you two are doing well, and I'm going to stay tuned for the upcoming videos of the main man himself.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
No worries.
We love you with all our hearts. You're just a handsome bastard. Jordan, is there anything you want to say before I continue rambling on?
So as usual, I'm going to have Dean's Beard Circle discount link down below, as well as ours and Dean's social media. So if you want to go check him out, show him some love, give him a follow. I'll have that down below.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's all from me. Thanks for watching.
Nice one, gents.
Much love, Dean. I love you.
Take care, man.
Thank you, General of the South.
See you soon, man. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Very nice. Well, that was a fun episode of the podcast. What number are we on? This is season 2, episode 3?
Yeah, it is.
Season 2, episode 3, and we had the General of the South. My man, Mr. Dean Gleeson.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Dean. I love you, man.